Hey Brainiacs, I'm Cam's Brain, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another episode of My Humble Opinion. If you guys are new here, what we've been doing is talking about a book called The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. We do this every Sunday at 8 p.m. Today is no exception. We're going to be talking about the 27th Law of Power. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Now, I always start off by saying the 48 Laws of Power, people definitely see this as a book of manipulation. Now, what I will say is, for the most part, to me, it's not. I try to look at every positive way that we can use this in our lives because it's a very popular book and it's something that a lot of people use. Now, this particular law of power, I must say, is, to me, extremely manipulative. So as it relates to me taking this in a positive route, I don't necessarily see a way of doing that. I do see a way of dissecting this and making yourself aware of people that will use this in a negative way. How I always do this, I try to break this down in 3 ways. I try to figure out how we can use this in our business to make money, how we can use this in our personal lives, in our relationships, whether it be romantic or platonic, and also spiritually, with whatever higher power you believe in. Now, for starters, in business, I'll take it back. In business, you can use it positively. So, in my humble opinion, this law of power is basically saying that people's need to believe is very important in life, right? You have religion that is pretty strong in the world. Like I said, and like I always say, whatever higher power you believe in. I use that terminology purposely because there's so many different beliefs in this world as it relates to who people feel like their God is. For me, I believe in, Christianity, and I believe that, I believe in Jesus, so on and so forth. There could be tons of different people that believe different things. However, in business, getting back to that, the concept is creating an item, creating a tool, a skill set, creating something that somebody will like so much so that they believe in exactly what it is you're saying that it will do. Even if you're selling yourself, if you are an author, or if you have a company where you do something like fitness, so on and so forth. Investing in yourself, investing in your product, and making people understand that this works can create a cult-like following. Because like I said, a lot of people in this world, they want to have something that they can believe in. So in business, what I would say in a positive way is figure out how you can implement something so positive, something that works so well that somebody can have no excuse or no other reason to not believe in it. And when you create a cult-like following, at the end of the day, people will protect you, people will stick up for you, people will believe in whatever it is that you're selling them. It doesn't necessarily have to be manipulative, but it does mean that you have to have a consistency in the product that you're trying to sell. For instance, if I use this in a personal example for me, I love Buc-ee's, the gas station. To me, that's the best gas station in the world. There's no other gas station better than Buc-ee's, right? So it's somewhat of a cult-like following because I will travel, an extra 15, 20 miles to go to Buc-ee's instead of stopping at a Wawa, a Shell, a Marathon, racetrack, Quick Trip, so on and so forth. So in business, if you have a product that is very, very good, you have a product that people can depend on and that is very consistent, you can create a cult-like following in a positive way as it relates to business. Now, in a relationship type situation, again, I think for the most part, it is somewhat of a manipulative statement. I think if you want to spin it off in a positive way, being who you are, investing in yourself, and being very consistent in your personality of who you are as a person and always improving yourself may put you in a position where people will believe in you. Now, that isn't necessarily negative. That's a very positive thing. What I learned a long time ago as an individual is if somebody tells me a story about myself that I don't remember, but I can, without the shadow of a doubt, know whether or not it's a true story or not, because I know the content of my character, That's how I know I have grown as an individual, and that's how I know that I am becoming a better person every day, and I know who I am as an individual. Now, sometimes when you find yourself in a position where you can know that about yourself, other people may see that as an extremely positive thing, and they can create a belief in you that can be cult-like. It's very important that you don't take advantage of it. But the point that I'm making is the more consistent you are as an individual and you are aware of your consistency and improving on that, and the more people see that about you, the more people will trust you and the more people will believe in you in a positive way. Now, obviously, you have people that will take that in a negative way, which leads me to the religious aspect of this law of power. The reality of it is a lot of ministers, a lot of people that are at the forefront of religion will overstep their bounds in that religion because they become so popular that they end up having what's called a cult-like following. You have some ministers that can do no wrong in the eyes of their congregation, and they get away with a lot of things and they take advantage of a lot of people. So as it relates to this law of power, you have to be aware of somebody taking advantage of your kindness, taking advantage of your weaknesses, taking advantage of who you are as an individual, because they understand that they wield such a power in your belief for them that they can say and do anything that would allow for you to listen to them. So I would say spiritually, be aware of that. Be aware of somebody that's going to interject their own personal wants by using your belief in them because of the type of power they hold as a religious leader. So yeah, those are some things that I would say kind of correlate with this law of power. But I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. Leave your comments down below. Let's all get involved. Let me know if you agree with what I'm saying, if you disagree with what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I want to hear your humble opinion about this situation. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to another episode of My Humble Opinion. I am Cam's Brain, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Hey, all work, no pleasure.